Oh, you got a Knight Rider car. You're cool. I consider myself one of the biggest, if not the biggest fan. I often wonder what I would be doing if it wasn't for Knight Rider. I consider myself one of the biggest, if not the biggest fans.
He's obsessed with the Knight Rider car.
When he saw that cool car, he was hooked.
Hope this nose is in good shape. I'm Rob Lewisell from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and together with my sons, we make Knight Rider replica cars. Knight Rider ran for 4 years. Michael Knight was a detective that had been shot in the face, and his face was reconstructed. And he was given KIT as a tool to fight criminals. What was special about KIT was it had a molecular bonded shell. It crashed through buildings.
You rang, Michael?
Well, I'm a car guy, first and foremost, and I've spent 20 years trying to figure out what the attraction of Knight Rider is, and it's primarily the car. The fascination with me is because it's a crime-fighting car, and probably because I was in the probation business for 20 years, and people who are in criminal justice like some advantage over criminals, and the car was definitely an advantage. Driving around with a Knight Rider car and going to people's houses that were on probation, doing home visits, was instant rapport, because you pull in and everybody then knew what Knight Rider was. They recognized the car. They'd come out and they'd say, oh, you got a Knight Rider car, you're cool. Dave and I used to sit on the couch and eat Doritos and watch Knight Rider. He called it Knight Righty-Do. And I told my wife, I said, I gotta build that car.
Well, we're just happy you're here, man.
My wife has really supported me over the years as far as my interest in Knight Rider.
At that point of our lives, building a car seemed to be a little bit out of our realm financially. So that was my only real big objection to it was, oh my goodness, we have 2 little kids, we really can't be out building cars. And his response was, well, I have to do it now while the kids are little, otherwise they won't fit in the back seat. We can't go anyplace as a family in it. We had a lot of fun going places in the Knight Rider car in those days. The show was still on. It was a lot of fun to go to drive-through restaurants. The high school kids working in most of those places would practically fall out the window to see what was inside.
I think people are overwhelmed with all the lights and the buttons and the LEDs.
You're 5? Well, right now you can fit in the car. Yeah, you know, the sizes you are.
Makes me feel quite proud with the work that we do.
We had a lot of fun with that car.
Lewisell Enterprises is located in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We make Knight Rider replica cars. We do all the fiberglass that goes into them. We do the body work, so we do all the restoration. And we put all the electronic components in the fiberglass. And we just bring everything together for the product that we have. KIT was a Trans Am, a 1982 Trans Am that was converted to the Knight Industries 2000.
Okay, this is the nose you guys made, one of your first ones. All alone, without Daddy to help you.
Yeah. My dad taught me body work. And I always thought it was important to learn your dad's trade.
Just hit it.
Just hit it?
Yeah. Watch. You do it.
And now I'm teaching my boys fiberglass and body work.
Here we go. Yeah.
So we're carrying 2 generations now down to the 3rd generation.
Take one of those bolts that holds the mold together.
In 1986, I bought my first Trans Am. So I decided to get a Trans Am because I wanted to make a Knight Rider replica. There was a company that made Knight Rider noses and scanners, and I bought that, put it on the car, painted the car black because it was red, and drove it around. And people would look inside and say, well, that's not KIT because that has a regular dash. So I decided to make one.
This was made in 1987. This was my first dash.
I tried everything to make the dash. And finally, I settled with fiberglass with a lot of body filler. First dash kind of upgraded from that. I found other people to do the things that I couldn't do, so we could bring it all together. And it just started to snowball. I was spending all my free time, weekends, holidays, making this stuff, and the kids were in the house.
Is this a new galling steering wheel?
Yeah, the new one, the high definition. Yeah, the only complaint that my wife had was, the boys are growing up in the house while you're out there making that Knight Rider stuff. But, now they're helping me make it.
Well, when he wanted to quit his day job, financially it seemed a little scary, but we sat down and looked at the paper and said, well, it might be tough, but we can make this work. And if the lifestyle is better, then, money's not everything.
It wasn't all that difficult to make this a full-time business because we started getting a lot of business coming in. I hired Dave about 2.5 years ago, Dan about 1.5 years ago, and we just outgrew the little garage and decided to make the commitment to build a bigger shop.
The business seems to be booming. There's a lot of reinvestment in it, as you can see from the facilities around you, but I think the future looks good.
Hey! Hi, family.
The late Dan Lewis out.
All right. Did I miss breakfast?
Anybody that wants to follow their dream, I think they should do it. I think they should do what their passion calls them. Just go for it.
Hey, Greg. Recognize this?
Yeah. Looks like it's in good hands.
It's important to me that the client, the customer, is happy with what they get from us. That's number one.
Can't ask for, better company and better guys to have doing the work on your car.
These people have grown up with Knight Rider, and Knight Rider has an emotional pull to them. They have an emotional attachment to the car. KIT offers unrequited loyalty to the person and honesty. That's one thing that you can count on, is KIT is going to be there for you. These people have grown up with that idea, and they have certain expectations, and we try to meet them.
Yeah. Did you know this guy sent us a flamethrower to install in the new car? Yeah. KIT didn't have a flamethrower. I mean, it's not...
I did.
What? Didn't you ever watch the show?
I'm the only licensed entity for selling Knight Rider replicas. We get orders through the internet. We also get phone calls of people that are interested in our parts. We have a website. There are various chat sites. We are known throughout most of Europe. We get contacts from Italy. I even got a contact from a guy in Russia. I paid thousands and thousands of dollars for the license. You could probably buy a really nice car for the same price. I thought about it for a long time. I probably thought about it and agonized over it for 8 months. And I thought, well, at this time of my life, if I'm going to get back into Knight Rider, I'm going to push it all the way.
Did you try this? No, I think you did. Oh, okay, that's perfect. Yeah.
We're working on, I think, about 6 cars right now. We have a convertible. We have a 97. We have 3 or 4 fourth-generation Firebirds. They're in various stages from being stripped down to being ready to put dashes in.
I've learned a lot working with my dad.
And always twist the bolt counterclockwise to take it off.
It's too early for this, Dad. Yeah, man. We make the piece, and then we sand it, we prime it, we install the electronics. It's like, here's something before that was just fiberglass mat and resin, and then we turned it into something that people are going to love and cherish.
Well, I can't wait to see this thing all together. This has been 4 years in the making, and to be able to drive this thing down the street with all the bells and whistles and lights and do jobs.
It gives me a lot of pride and a lot of satisfaction when we can step back and look at the car and say, the 3 of us did this. We're going to have an open house from 2 to 5, and we've invited the community to come out and see our new shop and to see the Knight Rider cars. We're going to have a couple on display. So we're looking forward to that. Okay, quit screwing around. We got to get ready for the open house.
You started it.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Lewis L. Enterprises. We're having an open house today. There are a lot of people in this area that hear that we make Knight Rider replicas, and they've never seen them.
I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor. KITT for easy reference.
So I think there are a few skeptics around here. We just finished the new shop, and we wanted to invite people to come in and see a Knight Rider car.
I project odds of 1,000 to 1 against my meeting a more compatible human than yourself.
It was really nice to see Dad and Grandpa showing off their skills to people, and Dad introducing Grandpa. And
This is my dad right here. He taught me body work. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here.
giving him the benefit that for teaching Dad to do body work. It was nice to see both of them together and just basking in it.
I think watching Knight Rider has made me more confident in life because it's sort of opened up this whole world where I can go online, I can find other people that are into collecting like I am. I realized I wouldn't have so many wonderful friends in so many different countries and in this country if it wasn't for Knight Rider and David Hasselhoff.
I often wonder what I would be doing if it wasn't for Knight Rider. I love working with my hands, and making these replica cars has given me a good excuse to learn how to prototype, how to design dashes, how to mold fiberglass. I didn't know how to do that. I had to figure that out on my own. And I've just been able to do things and learn how to do things that I otherwise wouldn't. It's kind of living a dream now because, you know, looking back, the first time I saw Knight Rider and saying, I want to build that car. And now I see what we're able to do, what we're able to put together. It surprises me.
I got it, Dave.
I'm kind of blown away by it.
News from around the world with a twist.
It is an Irish fairy tale come true for the people of Mobile, Alabama.
It look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun say yeah?
That news show tomorrow in TV Tropolis.